All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got a couple hours of daylight left, so why don't we sit down here, enjoy this nice, beautiful evening, and talk a little bit about Fallout and this great but also controversial season finale. So, the reason I kind of wanted to make a video about Fallout was because this season in particular, the season finale, mixed reviews amongst us here at the Nerds. Some of us loved it. Some of us don't want to talk about it. And I've had to write a couple notes here just to kind of keep my thoughts together. But I do feel like instead of doing a rage bait video, expressing my anger, possible frustration, but also excitement for what's to come, I kind of wanted to do a video where we talk about this in a mature way, you know, in a productive thought about production and thinking about what Bethesda and Killthirst Studios or Jonathan Nolan's production company is thinking about for season 3 onward. So I'm going to be doing this. So to kind of discuss and kind of organize this video, I want to talk about a little bit about the TV show first, and then we'll talk about the video games and what that future looks like. So let's go ahead and talk about the show. So season 2 of Fallout, I thoroughly enjoyed. I feel like this was a well-structured season. It answered a lot of the questions that were left behind in season 1, and it left a lot to look forward to for season 3. I think one of the big issues that season 1 had was that there wasn't a lot of character development. I felt like a lot of things that happened were, we spent a lot of time trying to figure out who these characters were in Maximus, Lucy, and the Ghoul, that we really didn't get to see much growth. We just kind of got a baseline of who they were. And in season 2, we saw growth from all 3 of them, surprisingly, even though the story was scattered through different, locations and portions of, different events that were going on. But in terms of character development, I can honestly say that I thoroughly enjoyed the Ghoul's character development the most. Lucy's was pretty good. I still think that a lot of the decisions that she ended up doing to kind of progress her character, there was a lot of back and forth. There was a lot of, hey, we're going to move forward, and the wasteland did change me, and then she started to revert back, and she kind of fought a lot of her decision making. It's fine. I can kind of see that Lucy is more of a character that is relatable to people who are kind of starting a Fallout game where they kind of want to ride the middle ground, but they start to realize they can't. And spoiler alert, one of those incidences that you kind of see it with is when you see her finding the congresswoman's head on the table and she's begging to be killed. It's one of those classic decisions in Fallout where you have one of 2 options. Either you let her live and suffer, or you kill them to kind of end the suffering. And you saw it. It's great. It's not the best. I think the Ghoul going from mopey, depressed, and not really having any kind of growth besides being the I'm going to solve everything with violence character, to finally having hope and thinking that he can finally see his family now that he's got a proper direction to head to. It sets him up for a great arc in season 3. He managed to become this character that didn't just resolve everything with violence, but much rather we're now seeing a character that is hopeful and has a goal to go towards. We're not just kind of like, wandering the wasteland, aimlessly doing side quests at this point. The Ghoul has a proper direction to go to. And that's why I think his character development is probably the best amongst all 3. Maximus, fun guy, honestly. Full circle. He ended up coming from the NCR into the BOS, and now from the BOS to the NCR again. It's great. It's a good character personality, or it's a good character growth for him. Not my favorite though. If I were to rank all 3 of them, I honestly would probably say that Lucy just goes ahead of Maximus by just a tiny bit. The Ghoul outtakes it, outruns everyone. Best character development of the show. In terms of what the show did, the only thing that I could really say hurt the show was its release structure. This was a weekly release structure. Some people say that it hurt it. I kind of liked it, and I do think that it's because people like myself who, have to raise a kid, have to work, they can't binge all 8 episodes, 8 hours of content in 2 days. It's not possible. And with Fallout having massive Easter eggs and reveals, it would only take 2-3 days for the entire show to be completely spoiled, and it would have ruined the surprise that would have happened at the end. It's a benefit and also a curse. I do think that if they do want to progress with what's going on, season 3 needs to be a full binge. Unfortunately, I do have to side with that. Like I said, I enjoyed the weekly release structure, but a full binge season 3, I think is okay. Now, to defend this release structure, the reason I think they did that was because of the reveal that ended up happening towards the end of the season, which we'll get to, and I will discuss that when we talk about the video game portions of it. But it helps it because I think that if they would have just had this whole binge aspect happen, then it would have probably caused the division. Sorry, you're good. I unfortunately do kind of have to side with the people that think that the binge structure, the binge format of the show would have been better. Season 2, to defend it, probably did this because of the reveal that happened at the end of this season. It was massive. It's a big deal because there was a lot of teases coming from the producers and Todd Howard himself that the events of season 2 onward would affect the events of Fallout 5. It only makes sense to basically hold on to that last reveal to be the kind of big thing that happens, because to kind of spoil it, it's uncharted territory. It's not the Appalachian Mountains. It's not the Capital Wasteland, and it's not the Commonwealth. It's a new location in the Rocky Mountains. So it makes sense to have it be released this way. But for season 3 onward, since it's uncharted territory, you're going to have to binge it. You're going to have to release the binge schedule. There's no other way. People got bored and people got tired of waiting. I also will say that this season was a lot of fun, at least for me as a fan. It led to a lot of speculation. It led to a lot of theorizing. It was just fun to revisit old memories that I had with Fallout 3, New Vegas 4, and 76. I got to make really cool connections. I got to talk to some of my friends about this. Sean and I would literally spend maybe, an hour in Messenger talking about potential theories of what could happen and how the Enclave was involved and this whole conspiracy theory. It was great. It was fun to be wearing the tinfoil hat. What can I say? It's great. That's what Fallout fans do. And I enjoyed it. Sorry, sue me. With that said, I do think that this season of the show was probably the most intensive for newbies. Fallout Season 1 was definitely a season that allowed newbies to go into the show and kind of explore at their own pace. Season 2 was very much if you know, you know. And there were a lot of moments where my wife and I ended up watching the show and she would be like, oh, well, what does this have to do with anything? Why is it a threat that the president got the cold fusion? What is this whole thing about power armor? And what is the Brotherhood of Steel doing in Area 51? It's if you know, you know. And that kind of hurt it, but it also kind of benefited from it because you could either grab the attention of newbies a lot more by seeing that there's much more to the world than simply what is being seen on TV. But it also hurt it because sometimes these things wouldn't be explained for another episode or two. And again, I think this is why this season was so conflicting amongst fans. Fans of the show, fans of the games, they either loved it or thought it was okay. Newbies, either you were invested or by this time, you probably weren't on the train and it's okay. The train left the station without you guys. So overall, if I were to honestly give this season a rating, I would probably give it a solid 8.5, 9 out of 10. It was fun. It was informative. It let us theorize. It brought back old memories of New Vegas and Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. And I'm going to be honest, as a fan of 76, it brought me back to it. And now I kind of want to play Fallout again when I have the time. But moving on towards the games, and this is kind of where a lot of fans right now are pretty angry. Nothing came about the last episode of this season. You can't do that, Bethesda. And this is where the rage baiting goes to the side and we're going to have a serious conversation about it. Granted, yes, it's a grown man in his 30s talking about a video game and why are we not getting his radio? It's business. Let's talk about business for a second. You can't have a franchise as popular as Fallout that's built on the foundation of fans constantly bringing this franchise back to life when people lose interest in it and not feed them something, anything, an announcement, the potential to look forward to something in the future, 2, 3, 4 years from now. Nothing. Todd, you are being cryptic as hell and it's annoying. We understand that your studio and another partner studio are currently working on remasters. Can you at least not be cryptic and show us or tell us something? And I understand that you don't want to reveal a game too early. Elder Scrolls 6, for example, we get that. But at the same time, we've been hungry and we've given you 2 seasons to basically release something or tease something and nothing. Your reveal of Fallout 4 10th Anniversary Edition, the release of it was terrible. And you have several YouTubers who are constantly complaining about this, expecting and wanting more. You're losing your fan base and you're going to lose that foundation that makes this franchise so popular. You are not the reason. Your company and Bethesda are not the reason why you pushed over 200,000 concurrent players on Steam for Fallout 4. It's us fans talking to newer people coming into the franchise and showing them how excited and how much we love this world. It's only right for your company to reward us for that. Give us something. And if you choose not to, then be honest and stop teasing us. Stop teasing us with the potential of something new, because we're getting tired of it. We haven't had a new series, a new serialized series of 5 in 10 years now that Fallout 4 10 years with its completion of the 10th anniversary. And 76, as much as I love that and I will continue to play it, it's not a game that most people would want to get into. They miss the old RPG elements of 3 New Vegas and 4 as an easy entry to it. So for the love of God, release something or announce something before this franchise dies again. You owe it to your fans, and you owe it to the people that continuously bring new fans into this franchise. I do want to shout out a couple YouTubers that I've been watching who have gotten, who have put in the work. A couple creators like Miss Fallout on Instagram, who does a lot of crafting, pretty much like creating her own little trinkets and stuff that are inspired by Fallout items out there. Great Instagram. I'll link her down below. Player 2 has made hey, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the New Vegas games and Fallout 3. And he recently did a video where he introduced his wife to Fallout and had her play Fallout New Vegas. Great show. It's a great video. It's a great video. And it's so cool to see someone new who's never played a game like that really fall in love with with New Vegas, because New Vegas is sick. You have Juicehead, Ogshorn. You have all these other YouTubers that are constantly pushing content out and keeping this franchise alive. Again, the least you can do, Todd, or Bethesda, or any executive from that company, is to at least put something out there for us to look forward to. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up because I feel like I've talked long enough. The sun is setting. The evening is dying out. I don't know what else to say at this point. Hopefully season 3 ends up being really good. And I know that filming for it will start May 2026. So we can only assume that season 3 will probably be coming out 2027 in December, probably. So we got another, year and a half-ish to wait until we get a new season. But yeah, with that said, this video will potentially be releasing before issue 284 of our podcast. You guys can check that out on YouTube here. And I won't be on that one. I'm celebrating my daughter's birthday as of this weekend, so I wasn't able to attend it. But please go check out and support. And if you like this content, subscribe, because honestly, I can only do what you guys like, and I want to show you guys that. So yeah, check it out, and we'll see you guys in the next video.